Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I am George. Welcome to my night session that I have pretty much every day. And this session is about a small gem that I found not too long ago. Right now, DeFi is definitely hot, and everyone is looking at the next Aave or trying to find it. And I do believe this project, Truefi, could be the next Aave. I believe it has massive potential. And it has been doing very well as of late. But as you'll see in this video, I'm going to present some compelling reasons why I think it's going to go much higher. And this is a really, really good project. So thanks for tuning in. Those of you guys that have been watching me, I have two streams, 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, where I mostly cover the news and Bitcoin. And at night, I've been choosing to cover a specific altcoin every single night, and I've covered a lot. Cardano, Ethereum, right? And also some unknown ones like Helium, and today, TruFi, which I think a lot of you guys have never heard of before, but just wait and see. This is a good project. So, yeah, so if you are new, make sure you subscribe. Hit that notification bell, subscribe to me on or follow me on Twitter and Facebook so you don't miss out on any of my future videos. So let me get through this, and then let me do some Q&A with you guys because I know you guys love Q&A. All right, let me share my screen here. Here we go. All right, overall market cap, man, we're nearing $1.5 trillion. The market cap just goes up and up and up and up and up, right? And look at BTC dominance. It fell below 60%. This is how strong the altcoins are right now. BTC, Bitcoin is doing just fine. It's slowed down its growth a little bit, but let's be frank. It's at $48,000. It's going to be at $50,000 in the near future, right? So there's definitely no problem. And you can see the market cap is 888 in Chinese. 888 is very, very lucky. So that's actually a really, really good sign, especially since today is Chinese New Year and it is a year of the ox, aka bull. So we're entering a bull year. But besides Bitcoin, you know, the altcoins keep going up and up and up and up and forming new highs. And right now it's definitely hot, right? This is why I think this is definitely a time to be more diversified, right? I've been telling you guys about that, and I think this is important time to do so because you'll really gain on BTC because so many of these projects are doing tremendous things, standing on their own, and they have a loyal following, and they're going places. So definitely a time to be looking at your favorite, you know, big caps, mid caps, and maybe even some small caps like TruFi. All right, so let me break it down for you guys. It's gonna be really simple, and you guys decide if this is a project that you like afterwards. So let's start out with TruFi's founder. And some of you guys may know of this stablecoin. I'm sure a lot of you guys know of this stablecoin, TrueUSD. So that, you know, in terms of stablecoins, there's a lot of them. Obviously, Tether USDT is the biggest one. Then you have the one from Circle and Coinbase USDC, which has been really, really big, right? But someone like, you know, Gemini tried to do their own, not very popular, and there's a few others that's not very popular. But TrueUSD is actually relatively known on exchanges. So if you use like Huobi, Binance, and several others, they have TrueUSD listed, and you can see the market cap has climbed up nearly $400 million. So a relatively good stable coin with volume $162 million per day. So it is definitely being used. Now, TrueUSD is the product of this company called TrustToken. Now, TrustToken is a relatively new company out of San Francisco, Silicon Valley, and they have pretty much 9 team members right now. And all these guys have, you know, they're young guys, but they have a lot of experience under the belt. But what's more impressive about these guys is the fact that they actually raised a 20 million round to start up TrustToken and also to start up TrueUSD. And if you look at the backers, you know, there's a lot of backers, and this is a lot of money, right? And some of these ones are the ones that have a particular interest in startup blockchain companies, right? So A16Z Crypto, I've heard of them before, Zen Fund, some of these other ones. And I've heard, Block Tower Capital. A lot of these are well-known VC companies that specifically just invest in blockchain companies. So they're definitely well-funded, $20 million. This is back in 2018, so it's only been 3 years, less than 3 years, right? They already created a very good stablecoin that many exchanges use. Here's the thing, though. Just like a lot of you guys, myself, I'm not fascinated with stablecoins. Like, why should I care? It's pegged to $1, so why would I buy any true USD at all, right? The only thing is I'm taking profits. I'll convert it to maybe a stable coin, and that's it. There's no point to it. Well, that's the same thing that TrustToken was thinking about. It's like, hey, no one really cares about holding on, so let's create an app that will get people to hold it. So if you go to TrustToken's website, you'll see that they have two functions, basically. TrueUSD, their stablecoin, actually, they have more. I didn't know this, but they actually have a ton of stablecoins for all denominations: Canadian, British pound, Australian, and Hong Kong. So they actually do have more than just one stablecoin, although they're relatively small, but still they do have 4. But besides that, their other product is TruFi, and it's weird that no one is paying attention to them, and this is their incentive for people to actually hold true USD and actually make good money with it besides just utilizing it as a stablecoin. So what is TruFi, and why is this project the next Aave? Well, those of you guys that remember, you bought into Ethlin back in the day in 2017 when I introduced them. The Aave was called Ethlin, and what they were doing at that time was P2P, peer-to-peer, uncollateralized loans. Meaning, if someone want to borrow money, you find someone on the platform and you're like, hey, I want to borrow this much. And then the person that is going to lend it out would set the terms. And it's just basically a peer-to-peer, they set it up. And there was like a trust rating, basically. And that was it. Later on, they started introducing collateralized loans. But how they started was just, two people that wanted to, one wanted to lend, one wanted to borrow, right? And you set your terms. You could set the interest as high as you want, right? Based on risk level. And that was it. And that's how Ethlin expanded and got to where it is today. Now, obviously, they rebranded, did more things, but that's how they started. And what TruFi is exactly that. They are in the uncollateralized lending space. But it's not just peer-to-peer. It's like there's a governance system to it, which is actually why it's really unique if you actually listen to the setup. So this is what it looks like right now. They have $37 million locked in, which isn't too bad. And they're giving out loans based on this $37 million. And it has been increasing, since they started. It's not in the billions like Aave or some of the other DeFi plays, but it's starting to catch up. So how do they work exactly? Well, this is how it works. And they give a really good incentive for you to actually hold on to true tokens. You know how a lot of DEXs, a lot of DeFi plays, they have governance tokens, but no one cares because no one is making any votes or anything. Well, TruFi is solving that in a different manner. So you have 3 parties, and this says a whole lot, but just know that you have the pool, which I just showed you, about 36 million. You have loans, people that want to borrow a loan, and the credit prediction market, which is basically the stakers. So you have 3 parties. So you'll have someone that comes to TruFi and say, hey, I want to borrow $20 million, $30 million. And you know what? I want to pay this interest. Obviously, because they're not putting anything down, the interest will be higher. So the loan basically is what they're submitting. Like, this is my proposal. And guess who approves it? Not TruFi themselves. It's the stakers. So if you have true tokens and you're staking, besides governance, besides what the company is going to do, you decide whether or not TruFi should allow this loan to go through. So it's actually a pooled decision making. Crowd decision making on whether or not TruFi should make that loan. So it's actually a 3-pronged setup. And I think when I first understood this, I'm like, That's pretty genius, right? So rather than one-to-one basis, you're looking at basically the entire staker pool and having them vote. You don't have to, but if you wanted to, you definitely could. It's in your best interest, right? Because you don't want to give out a bad loan. So that's essentially how it works, how they're able to do uncollateralized loan. Now, according to TruFi, they do vet the people that's coming in, that's making a proposal. So if you just go in and say, I want to borrow $100 million, they're probably not going to let you do that. But they have ways of vetting them up front. And if you look at this is the total number of loans they have given out. And some are pretty substantial, 10 million, 10 million, 5 million, 3 million, right? And the term and the APY, and this tells you whether or not it's active, it's repaid. Paul, thank you for that. And you know what? They've been operating for, for a few months now, since November, and you could see there's quite a bit. And it always seems to be like the certain type of companies that keeps coming back, but they keep repaying it. So why not, right? So you have Almeida Research and Grapefruit Trading, and what is Winter Mute Trading. So obviously these are companies, probably whales that want to borrow money for trading purposes. But yeah, this platform is already being used, and there's many contracts that's active already, and there's a couple in progress, but many have been conducted already, so it's already operational, right? So that is TruFi in a nutshell. Also, they're still working on improving the whole process. There's a lot of things coming out for TruFi. They wanted to make it more decentralized. There's more reasons to hold on True tokens, and they're going to make it so that pretty soon you can actually put in, rather than just True tokens right now, or TUSD, I should say, they're going to incorporate other stable coins. And something else that helps with interest is, out of the pool, out of the amount that doesn't get used, they automatically send it to Curve Finance and utilize that to maximize interest. So they have this whole setup really, really thought of, right? Now, if this project was really just a standalone project without any known backers or any companies that started it, I would say it sounds good, but a little risky. But the fact that this is a product of TrustToken that has, a lot of backers, that has a very substantial stable coin, I would say the trust level is definitely there. And Trust USD, you could see, is used on many, many big exchanges, including the biggest one of all, Binance, right? So the trust factor goes way, way, way up with this project. Now, why it's really, really, really good, or possibly really good to get in right now, is because of this. If you look at TruFi on CMC right now, it's about 54 cents. You look at the overall market cap, Fabulous Life, appreciate that. You look at the overall market cap, it is sitting at $75 million. $75 million. These days, it's very, 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 very hard to find a good project that is under 100 million market cap, because most projects gets pumped up to the moon already, right? Especially by pumpers, whether or not they're good or not. But after looking at TruFi, I was shocked at their market cap value, at their potential, right? Backed by TrustToken. And I do think they have a lot of room to grow, just like Ethlin back in the day, which turned to the Aave, which is why I think TruFi could become the next Aave. Now, some people already asked me, because they looked at the title, they didn't even wait for the stream, like, where can you buy it? Well, obviously, Binance is a big one, but if you want to use a DEX, you could definitely use Uniswap, also other exchanges like Polionex, also Gate.io. Those are traditional exchanges that you can use as well. So yeah, so that's where you can get it. Now, someone also asked me about circulating supply. So right now, it's only 10% circulating supply is out of the total supply. So I was looking at that as well. And the reason why they have so much is because they have so much locked in for their staking purposes. Actually, 40% of that is locked in and it hasn't been released. They're utilizing that for their staking. And there's a whole bunch that was sold in pre-sale, some that's dedicated to the team, the company, and future teams. So they have a lot that they are just locked away right now. And what's interesting is, with the pre-sale, they sold 387 million tokens. And according to this, Actually, only 72%, I think, was redeemed. I forgot which part in here. That's it. Yeah, here we go. As of today, which is February 3rd, only 72% of the tokens have been locked and unlocked and distributed. So 28% of the people that participated in the original pre-sale didn't even claim it. So they're basically going to be locked forever. And also, they do have token burning too. So this overall supply will also decrease as time goes on, right? So overall, token economics looks pretty decent. Not the best because the team, the foundation, and future team, there's a whole lot reserved. But overall, if you look at the total locked in for just staking and the pre-sale, you know what? It's about standard, but I would say it could be better. But overall, I think this is a fantastic project. So just want to cover this for you guys as a new unknown project, a gem, I would say, that has huge potential. But you guys decide. You guys decide if you like it or not. All right. So one other thing before I get into Q&A is because I know a lot of you guys like Voyager, and I'm a big Voyager backer too. So during my earlier stream today, people asked me, hey, what do you think about the Voyager loyalty program? I didn't have time to look at it. So I did look at this and looked at it, and this is pretty good. This is pretty good for you guys that are holding VGX or BQX on Binance. So they are doing a new token swap, but the new token is still the same. You're getting a 1-to-1 ratio, so it's not like it's going to go up or down. But the reason why is because they want to introduce token burning and also interest, which is phenomenal. There's a lot of benefits, but basically you're going to get 7% on VGX interest. But look at this. Based on how much VGX you hold, there's different kind of incentives for referring a friend, your debit card fee, well, debit card fees, cash back on your debit card if you choose to do so, cash back on trades, right? So there's different kind of rewards depending on how much VGX you hold. But I think the biggest thing that's exciting about this is the fact that they are going to be introducing token burning. Voyager will introduce a 25% token burn on all VGX used to pay for withdrawal fees on the Voyager app from the Voyager loyalty program members. So that's pretty nice. Overall, the Voyager app is pretty darn good, but I know people had difficulties getting in because they had a massive influx of users, and now they're putting people on waiting lists and slowly letting them in, right? And those people that have been in, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I like it a lot. So I just want to share this with you guys. Outside of that, that's pretty much it. So I'll turn it back to you guys for Q&A. I did miss some super chats, so let me take a look at it. Let me scroll through. The Beanmon asks, DNT. District 0. Man, this is an old project. Old project I have not heard anyone asked about for a long time. Probably because now it's pumping. That's why you're asking. Network decentralized markets and communities. I forgot what this was about. Basically, like they're creating an ecosystem. Districts are marketplaces, communities that exist as a decentralized autonomous network. Okay, all systems must deploy districts. Yeah, I forgot what this was about, but it sounds like you're basically you have different communities that represent these kind of things, and then you do have a DAO that kind of controls it. But it's been a while. It's been a while since I looked at District X, so I can't really sum it up at a high level for you right now. It's been so long that anyone asked me about District X. Rusted Baron was looking to close out my last bit of LTC after seeing our ADA video 2 days ago. I sold my last 500 LTC for 500 ADA. Happy with the choice. Well, good for you. Good for you. A lot of Litecoin fans don't like the fact that I don't like Litecoin, but you know what? If you go buy Litecoin and hold it, you might as well buy Bitcoin. It's not going to surpass Bitcoin for sure. So, but there are many others that, like Cardano has been through the roof recently. XRP even, Polkadot. I mean, just take your pick right now. So many good things going on right now. Do I have any thoughts on APY finance? I have no idea about APY finance. So Uniswap only, 90 million market cap, relatively small, yield farming, robo-advisor. Well, it's not even launched yet, so you can't even really look at it. It's the latest and greatest yield farming strategies. I don't know. That right there just seems like next generation yield farming. Seems like there's a lot of buzzwords for a product that isn't out yet. So I'm just going to say no for now. The only thing I invest in that hasn't launched is ADA. Man, yeah, that's a good one. That's actually true. John, I appreciate your kind words, but I don't have the same thoughts on Pivx. Pivx is a privacy coin, and I'm not a fan of any privacy coins because I don't think they're going to be listed on any US based exchanges in the future. I think they're all going to be delisted soon. Thoughts on VThor? Well, VeChain and VThor have been going up. Last few days, today it's gone up more because I heard BitBoy did a video on them and kind of drove them up a little bit. But you know what? I don't mind because VeChain is a really, really good project. And I covered them just yesterday too. Yesterday morning, I covered 3 favorite altcoins of mine of the past, and VeChain is one of them. They are fantastic. They have a working product, a ton of usage, a ton of partnerships, and I'm glad to see them get some love. And VThor is the second token, so they have a dual token setup. Now, VET has a set supply. VThor does not, but VThor has usage. So you use VThor basically, and VET is for like governance stuff, right? So they're both. If one pumps, both pumps. So I think VeChain is definitely one that's go to the moon in the future. Nico, it doesn't matter if Digibyte pumping. It's not gonna change my mind. You say that as if it's gonna change my mind. Hey George, are there any indicators of an incoming bull run on the chart? Are you able to give an episode lowdown of what exactly we're looking at when we're looking at, say, a Binance chart? What? You want to... I mean, we've been in a bull run for a long time. Long time. So this is a pretty obvious bull chart right here. I don't know if that's what you're looking for. But, you know what? I'm going to expand out a little bit here. So, this is the last bull run. I'm looking at BTC, by the way. So this is the last bull run. After reaching back all-time high, Bitcoin went up 1,500%. Over 1,500% to 20,000. From basically 1,000 to 20,000, right? So I drew this out last year in January, because what we're experiencing now is very, very similar to before, right? And this was the path I drew out, and we're actually way above that path. Right, so you can see that we're actually a little bit above where we should be, and that's okay. No one's gonna complain about it. But seeing how history doesn't repeat, but tends to rhyme, you can see that this is right here. I drew that to mimic this, which of course had up and downs, but overall you're pretty much going to the moon right here, right? So if it does that, Bitcoin is gonna go to $400,000-$500,000. So that's a signal of a bull run. And plus, we're in a bull year. So, yeah, this is why right now, if you look at, outside technicals, but you look at what's going on with Bitcoin, with institutional adoption, with publicly traded companies FOMOing in, and every single regulator talking about it, every single country talking about it, this is Bitcoin's time. And as long as Bitcoin is doing well and it keeps going up and pulling up the market, everything is going to do well, including all the cryptos and altcoins I've been talking about, right? So right now is definitely time to be bullish, in my opinion. I think we're only getting started. This is what's coming, right? And when this comes, man, we're going to see explosion in everything, Pool Z. Pool Z is a swapping protocol that enables startups and project owners to auction their own tokens for bootstrapping liquidity. Okay, so you're just basically selling, you're auctioning your own token rather than putting on an exchange, putting on a DEX like Uniswap. Pool Z empowers innovators in their pre-listing phase to bring them closer to early. Okay. Okay. Why not? I guess you could sell. Basically, they're giving you a way to sell your own token ahead of time without listing it. Okay. Besides that, I mean, the market cap is really, really small. The market is, at least it's on Gate.io and Who, although I never used Who before. But yeah, no opinions on it. It's too early to have opinion. If you had to choose one for Moon, what does George pick? Graph, AMP, Arcra, TruFi, Voyager? I can't. I wouldn't. You're asking me to do something I wouldn't do. Because if you choose one and the other ones blow up except the one you choose, you're going to hate yourself. That's why I just spread it out. Spread out. But I don't know what AKRA is. AKRA? Did you spell that right? I don't know what AKRA is. But all the other ones, I think they're good. The graph is on fire. I mentioned about that. You know, after I got introduced to it, I looked at it. The graph is definitely very, very necessary. It's almost as necessary as Chainlink. So, but the graph is easier to do. You know, projects can come out with their own APIs. They don't need the graph to do it, but it's easier if they utilize their software. But Chainlink is not really easy to replicate. So the graph is doing well. It's necessary. But they're, yeah, I'll just leave it at that. They're good. They're good. Really good. What is AKRO? Acropolis? They are on, but they're on Binance. Oh, probably because you're asking for KuCoin. Decentralized and autonomous community economies. We build products that help people grow, save, and scale. Well, this is nothing. Well, I shouldn't say that. You can borrow, lend, save and earn. Integrations with several big AMMs. You can build your own DAO. That's an interesting one. And open source development, Web3, the bridge, which transfers a DAI token to SDAI. Okay. Well, at face value, looking at their webpage, not bad. I like the fact that they do allow you to build a DAO that's a little bit different. Integrations with all the major exchanges pretty good, and they seem like they have pretty good development. And in terms of exchanges, they're on actually quite a bit of exchanges. So, yeah, they look pretty good at face value. Now, I don't know about the team and the backers and stuff like that. I have to do more research. But overall market cap is relatively low also. So, not bad. No one likes Digibyte, Nico. Don't even ask. Nexo. Alright, let's bring up Nexo. Haven't looked at them in a while. Let's see if anything's changed. Nexo. Bank on crypto, earn interest, borrow. Okay. I think they did change. I remember Nexo back in the day was about utilizing some kind of... no, maybe I'm thinking the wrong project. I think they were. Yeah, I think they were in this even before Aave got big. But yeah, they seem to be like an all-in-one company, right? It gives you a debit card, a DEX, a way to stake and borrow. So they're in that same space. But I remember there was something about Nexo before. I think the debt to collateral ratio was lower than the Aave before. There was something I remember that was holding it back, but I can't remember anymore. It's been quite a long time. Honestly, I don't hear anyone talk about Nexo. Everyone's just talking about like Aave and Compound, and I really like Compound. I think Compound's going to go much higher. So I don't know. I mean, it's in the same space, but you know what? I can't tell you why it's not moving up more. Although it's already at 1 billion, so it's pretty big. I guess I could tell you why it's not going up anymore, because it's not in Binance. That's why. It's on Binance DEX, but it's not in Binance. So that's probably the reason why it hasn't pumped up more. Would Elon Musk coming out with Starlink soon negatively affect HNT? I don't think so. Starlink is different. Starlink is different than HNT. I think building out a low power grid for IoT devices that doesn't require a lot of data, that's very different. You don't need a dedicated, connection for that. Well, I shouldn't say not a connection that needs high throughput. Let's just put it that way. So how high can True go? I mean, it could go very, very far. It's such a low cap. Who knows where it's going to end up? But you know what? The team, the backers are fantastic. They're creating a use case for True USD too, and they're growing. They're still small. They're growing. I think they have a lot of potential. Basic attention token, I just covered them yesterday in yesterday's morning stream, but I'm glad to see them come up a little bit. Where are they? Right there. So they've come up a little bit, 86% over last week, so that's pretty good. You know what? Overall, fantastic leader, fantastic browser. Their digital advertisement system, still work in progress, but they're definitely trying to change things. And if you value your privacy, you don't want Google to be like, stealing all your data, then you definitely want to switch to Brave browser. Paul, I appreciate that. Yeah, I try not to shill it too much, but yeah, in Patreon we got a good group of guys that's chatting away, having a good time, discussing, helping each other, and of course enjoying my company, I like to think, and also enjoying some good content. And if you guys are interested, then check it out. Also, if you want free Vegas tickets, then you definitely want to join. That's another incentive. YouTube hates free speech. Stop it. You seem to ask about Litecoin every single day. But I'm glad you're tuning in. At least you're dedicated, so I appreciate that. Anything else? Seems like today's pretty quiet. Maybe a Friday night, quiet night. But overall, man, the market cap is exploding. We're nearing $1.5 trillion. BTC dominance is getting lower. We started at 59.9%. Now it's at 59.8%. Man, things are looking really, 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 really good right now. Really good on all fronts for BTC and for altcoins. And this is what I've always said, right? There's no need to bash one or the other, right? We want, as a community, we want everything to go up, right? But you still have, certain people that are BTC Maximus, Bitcoin Maximus that's bashing altcoins. You have certain people that's bashing Bitcoin. No, we want everything to go up. And right now is that perfect harmony. Everything is going up. Everyone is making money hands over fist, and that's what we want. And there's so much more coming, right? I have a lot of people start asking about Reef, so I looked into it, and I understand what Reef is. It's just that I don't know. It's I think people are more excited about it because it's on Polkadot than anything. It's a liquidity aggregator, and it's an AMA. So it's like I always say AMA. AMM, auto market maker. So it's an AMM and a liquidity aggregator combined, and it's just on Polkadot. I think that's pretty much it. So I don't know. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I think there's more hype because it's on Polkadot right now. But yeah, you know what? It could grow. It's not a finished product yet, but it could definitely grow. Are you posting your videos on Odyssey? No. You know what? You know why, Matt, why you haven't seen the XRP girls? Because literally no one asked me about XRP. I'm surprised. XRP has been pumping up recently. It's 62 cents. I have not heard one person ask me about XRP. The XRP army is getting weak. What is going on with the XRP army? I think most of you guys that what is that? Yeah, that's my other video. But a lot of you guys that are Cardano fans, right? You need to, how do I get to my own page? Here we go. I know a lot of you guys watch this video. If you're a Cardano fan, you need to watch that. I just got done saying, right? The market is doing well. Everything is going up. And I showed you guys how BTC could go 10x from here to $500,000, and it would mimic the previous bull run, right? And if Bitcoin goes up 10x, then everything is going to be carried. So I think things like Cardano, Ethereum, Binance Coin, others that I'll be covering in the future, they all have huge, huge potential. So if you think $1 for Cardano is high, think again, because it has potential to go to 25. The same thing with Ethereum going to 10,000, Binance going to 2,500. Today's TrueUSD, I think it has not infinite, but a ton of potential. Even one another small I covered before, Helium, and it is doing pretty well too. And I think that is a very unique project. So overall, there's a lot of potential, a lot of new products, projects, and a lot of them are very, very interesting. Raven, I appreciate it. Can you do an episode on how to earn with NFTs? I heard it's a good way to make some money as an artist. Well, that's a good topic, except I don't know much about it. I know what NFTs are, but I don't know how you create them, where you sell them at. There's a whole marketplace for it. So it's an interesting topic, but I can't really help you with that right now. Link is pumping. Well, Link is fine, right? People ask me about Chainlink. Why isn't it moving, right? Why is it so stagnant? Is it go higher? Chainlink is the one category, like oracles, that really doesn't have any competition. There might be other projects, but not a whole lot of true competition, because Chainlink is by far the dominant player when it comes to decentralized oracles. So it's gonna be fine. It's gonna do just fine. Just fine. All right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Overall, hopefully you guys enjoyed my review of TruFi, because I think TruFi is going to go it's going to go much higher. They have a really unique way to determine uncollateralized loans, and you know what? They're backed by TrustToken, which has a really good stable coin, has good backers, good leadership, and I think this is a good project. Definitely a good project. But overall, besides TruFi, there's a lot of good projects out there, so you guys need to open your eyes and pay attention. And if you haven't, diversify a little bit. This is definitely the time to do so. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure you smash up the like, subscribe to the channel. Over the weekend, I do have streams, but I don't know what time. I'll still try to do it at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time. And some people have asked me about XRP, so I do have an informative video to show you guys. And take a look before you go. All right, take care.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larson.